restart this video so many times. I'm sorry. My voice is a little raspy right now. And it's due to my own reasons. I messed up my voice, singing karaoke the other day, smoking hella cigarettes, you know how it be. But that doesn't matter. What does matter is your situation. So let's start with the lunar cycles right now. The moon is at like 46 point something % illumination in the sign of Capricorn. Headed towards that half moon in Aquarius tomorrow. It'll be a little over half. It'll be like 56% illumination or something like that. I know I should be more sure, but guess what, chicken butt? I just got up and I was like, I'm gonna do this reading. Looking like a whole mess. I don't care. So also we just came out of our solar eclipse on the 14th, right? And we've got a partial lunar eclipse on the 28th and 29th. And I feel like that's kind of prominent, getting like a solar and lunar eclipse in the same month, you know, on the same month that Pluto went direct, particularly. I feel like Pluto is wreaking havoc. But, I mean, it's all, you know, it's all beneficial havoc, I guess. You know, you can't have proper creation without proper destruction, right? And I mean, there's been some, more unfortunate destruction in the world lately. Always, you know. But that's not particularly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, on your journey, right? Because this is your reading. So, on your personal journey, I feel that there's going to be a lot of closing out of cycles. I feel like these are leading towards a more beneficial future for you. You know, there's the balancing act of the universe that says that for how low you've gotten in life is how high you get in that life, you know, and so, you know, it's not cause and effect, but every action has an equal opposite reaction kind of energy. So it's like everything that we experience on positive end has an equal opposite negative, right? And so we're going to experience that and then go, you know, and that's the wave of living. And monks have it down to a science where they're like, well, if we don't have any highs, we won't have any lows, and if we don't have any lows, we won't have any highs, so let's just stay in the middle. And that's great for them. I don't know how they do that. For me, I'd rather just experience the whole wave. I'm like, whatever, I'm a surfer dog. So, let's get to your reading and see, you know, what these new cycles have for you. You know, when I think of life cycles, I don't think of them as like a circle. I think of it more of like a Fibonacci spiral, you know, because you can't like go back where you were, you know, you're just kind of spiraling, and some things may look familiar down the line, but it's all a forward progression in some way or another, right? So we have Vesica Pisces, Divine Feminine, birthing energy. This is about fertility, and it doesn't necessarily have to pertain to having children. It could be having ideas, having projects, having, you know, those kinds of outlets and things. But it's like bringing something into life. And that doesn't always necessarily have to be a baby, right? So, with Tautesians, we have resilient, bold, and sassy. I like that. A little sass. I'm about that life, okay? The sassier you are, the more respect I have for you. I'll be real. So let's see. I love, I love the imagery here. She's got her arms crossed. She's just like, I am not having any bullshit right now. I'm not doing it. Okay. Alright, feisty pants. Let's see what's going on. So we have Five of Cups in reverse. There's a huge like call to attention with this being your first card out, especially with the resilient, bold, and sassy card showing up. Like, I'm seeing the imagery together. Five of Cups is all about emotional disappointment, right? And with that being in reverse, I see you kind of like being over that. Like, you're like, no, I'm tired of feeling like I've missed opportunities, right? Because that's kind of what, like, the Five of Cups represents, like, the cups that spilled out, you know, opportunities lost, disappointments, you know, and feeling that deeply. And with that being in reverse, I feel you, like, coming out of this. I feel you, like, being resilient through that, and you're like, why have I had to face so much disappointment and so much, you know, you're just reaching a point where you're over it. That's a beautiful place to be. I remember one time I was praying to the whole universe, and I was like, look, motherfucker. Like, I am not here for a bad time, okay? So, like, if you can knock your shit off. And sometimes you gotta get that way, you know? You have to become intolerant of constantly being disappointed or constantly, like, feeling that some kind of way, you know? And that's where real progress comes from. That's where you start growing out of that. Like, you refuse, actually, to be put in situations that are going to make you feel like crap, you know? And we have King of Cups in reverse. This is you trying to be really logical and, like, I feel like you were trying to step away from your feelings for a while and like, just be like, mind over matter, you know? I feel that that's a struggle. Also, you could be a water sign, having all water coming out first. But the Taotians is also fire energy. So I'm seeing fire and water. And then, like, with the imagery here, you know, fire and water. You could have fire and water in your natal chart. There's, like, it's almost like that feeling of, like, you know what? My feelings can't get hurt if I don't fucking feel. You know, that's kind of the energy. I feel like there could have been, like, trying to, like, spiritually numb yourself a little bit, which I would not advise, because that shit hits later. It's like, it doesn't go away, it's just suppressed, right? And it's like a champagne bottle, you know, like, if you build up enough pressure in there, that cork's coming right out, and unleashing hail. So, yeah, I feel like something's been built up inside of you. There's, like, almost like a need to speak your mind. A need to, like, confront what you felt. Confront your feelings. Forgive yourself. And I mean, like, on a level of allowing yourself to be, put in situations that were so disappointing, right? And, that's part of the personal accountability thing. Like, as much as it's like, well, it wasn't my fault that I was disappointed. Well, it's not. But you need to forgive yourself for your vulnerability in that, and be gentle on yourself because you have emotions and because that's a hard one, But I'm really feeling this energy of like not being afraid to feel it. Like what you feel it for a reason. What you do with those feelings is where the self-discipline comes into play, But yeah, it's like you don't want to confront your own feelings. There's like a stubbornness about it. The feelings that you're struggling to confront is with this King of Pentacles in reverse. There's like this feeling of lack. Something's lacking. Something's missing. It's like, oh my gosh, this one time I fucking put together this like 1,000-piece puzzle and like right at the end there was a puzzle piece missing. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. Is like also with the King of Pentacles in reverse, there's this energy of trying to let something go, trying to drop this ball, right? And this ball being your feelings on a matter here. But you know what? I feel like that's not fair. You're invalidating your own feelings. You're telling your own self, like, my feelings don't matter. And that's not chill, dog. Okay? Like, your feelings are valid. And you should confront that. Like, why do you feel like something is lacking? Whether it's material, emotional, whatever the case. Like, where is this feeling of lack coming from? And, like, rather than trying to just shove it off, like, confront it. It's like confronting the monster under the bed. As soon as you look under there and, you tell the under the bed monster, you're stuck with me, actually. Then it's like, then it's easier to handle that, right? When you confront your demons, they're no longer demons, but then almost like allies, it becomes your ally at the end of the day, what you feel, because you're feeling it as a result of your soul urging you, right? It's intuition that you're like ignoring or blocking, and your soul is like, what the fuck, man? Like, why are you neglecting this part of me? And especially your emotions, like, need to be expressed, right? In some way, one way or another. And there's something here that needs to be expressed. And if this is like trauma, things that you need to heal from the past, like, give yourself room for that. So many times I've thought, oh, I'm healed from something, and then something triggers me, and then I'm like right back to my unhealed, like, eh. I'm like, wait, I did not heal that. I thought I did, but no, I was suppressing it. The way you heal it is like you confront it and you nurture yourself, right? Like you're a little kid, okay? And you let yourself like get some rest, feed yourself some treats, like do something. But really just be there for yourself. Be there for your inner child, and be there for the part of you that needs that comfort from you, right? Because that's where this feeling of lack comes from, right? When you feel like something is missing or you need something to fill this hole, it's like it's coming from this place of you desperately needing to nurture something within you. Now we have the moon, Pisces energy showing up. This is about things coming to light, bringing things up to the surface, you know? And this is basically what I was telling you. Like, you need to bring it to the surface. You need to confront it. And shed light on what hurts, you know? Shed light on what's going on, you know? And be real honest with yourself. Like, are you living in alignment to, like, your highest good, or, like, to what would be the most beneficial way for you? Sometimes you just need to take, like, a little time out from life as it has been, you know, and explore the unknown a little bit. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? To have experiences, to, like, to know the ups and downs, to feel the all-arounds, you know, we're here for that. And there's I feel like this could create creative blocks for you. Like, if you're an artist of some sort, like, this could create creative blocks because you're not accessing something within. You're like, rather than hearing it out, you're just like, nope, gotta shut it down. Not talking about it, not thinking about it, not, you know, and it's like, this is not healthy. Okay. At the end of the day, think about it. Talk about it, you know, like, it's not all mindless chatter in the skull, you know, when it's purposeful. When you're thinking with intent, you know, you're not thinking to hurt yourself. You're like, how do I resolve something within me? How do I find the source of this lack? I remember when I first got into meditation, and I was like, my first way was like, I just gotta shut down the internal monologue. I'm neurodivergent. Like, I'm never gonna shut off the internal monologue. It's like having two fucking brains. It's like, just constant. And the more I would try to shut down my thoughts, the louder they would get, you know? And so I flipped it. Instead of trying to shut my thoughts down, I decided to start thinking intentionally, right? So I'd sit there and I'd be like, okay, what are my surroundings? What do I hear in the background? All right, what do I feel? What's generally in my area, you know, and just focusing on the present, right? Rather than trying to shut it all off, because that doesn't work. I worked with my internal monologue, right? So I was like, all right, let's think about this. let's focus on, you know, the present moment. Like, I'm safe. Ain't no reason to be having anxiety. I'm not being chased by a bear right now. Why am I scared? Don't be scared. That's fine, you know? And, like, you have to, like, talk through that shit, you know? And, you know, feel what you're feeling in the moment and sort those feelings out. Like, you're meant to be your own best friend. You're meant to be very close to yourself. And I definitely, like, especially in, like, the last 2 years, I feel, like, closer to myself than, like, ever before. I just feel like, you know, even through times where, you know, I was not proud of myself for certain things, it's like, I still learn to be, like, forgiving and treat myself like I'm a best friend, right? Like, don't be so hard on myself. Because if I were talking to my best friend, I wouldn't be like, oh, you did this and you did that. So why would I talk to myself like that? You know? So, you know, you gotta change the narrative a little bit in the way that you speak to yourself. Speak to yourself like you are your best friend. You know, and then you'll see this is also shadow integration. And once your ego is integrated and it's no longer fighting against you, but you're kind of working together as a unit because you're hearing each other out, then it's like there's this symbiosis right, that happens, right? It's like like Venom, like Spider-Man, Venom, you know, like the symbiote or whatever. Like, it's like that. And rather than being at odds with it and trying to fight against it, like, understand that it is part of you now. And that's like, and it's always been a part of you. You got your own shadow symbiote, right? And you're not going to kill your ego without killing yourself, right? The biggest ego trip is when people think they've actually killed their ego. And it's like, you're fighting against it. Why? You're literally fighting against the unheard parts of yourself. That's why the ego shows up like that. Because it's unheard. It's not understood. It's like, it's been muffled. It's been silenced. It's been put down. It's been shamed. And it's like, no. You know, just because, like, darkness is not inherently evil, okay? And I feel like, especially in spiritual circles, there's this idea that darkness is inherently evil. Well, guess what? When it's dark out, and I'm just chilling in my room, when it's dark, and I'm in the darkness, I find peace, serenity, you know, it's not like some scary fucking thing to sit in the dark, and darkness can be, like, a comfort, you know, and it's just, people rely so heavily on the light, you know, and the light isn't always so freaking good either, you know, like, even in the Bible it says that the devil will show up as an angel of light, like, so, too much light can be a problem, you know, it's blinding, okay, and it's, yeah, it's a lot. And so, stop blinding yourself, man. This is one of those readings where I feel like I don't even need the cards. I'm gonna use them though. I'm like, I'm just going off on tangents. I mean, what I'm seeing though, it's like the messages have come through very clearly and very intensely, very quickly. And with all this water, it's like there's an ocean of emotion in you and that you're just not tapping into. And that's like your power source, right? That's where you manifest from. That's where, like, rather than thinking about that Five of Cups and how things could possibly never work out in certain ways, maybe you start thinking, what if it did? What if things did work out exactly as you wanted them to? Entertain that idea. You know? Like, what if life just happened to work out exactly as you desire it? What then? You know? Feed that to your head for once, you know, rather than all the doubt and insecurity. Like, because doubt and insecurity, that's the devil, bro. Like, that's the devil. That's the thing that keeps you down. That keeps you from tapping into your fullest potential, you know? We have Two of Pentacles. There's a decision to be made here. Sorry, I've like caught him up. Two of Pentacles. What decisions do you have to make? What is this big decision based on? It's like weighing out two options here. So we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Could be a fire sign. Or what I'm really seeing though, because I'm also seeing the Prince of Cups in reverse, is your two options here, at least from your perspective, is one leads to drama And the other one leads to disappointment and lack. Is there a third option? There's a third option. Okay, so we have 6 of Cups with the Hierophant in reverse. Six of Cups is somebody from your past, somebody that you've known like a super long time, right? Like an old connection. This could be like a lifelong friend or just somebody you've known for a while, right? Somebody that you have a lot of nostalgia with. With the Hierophant in reverse, Taurus energy, it's like they don't like learn or grow or they don't have like a desire for that, right? Or it could be an environment that you've been stuck in for a long period of time and you feel like there's no room for expansion and growth. Yeah, with the 9 of Cups in reverse, it's like the longer that you've sat in this, like, it's like there's a level of self-deprivation, I almost said deprecation. There's a level of self-deprivation, though, like depriving yourself of something. King of Swords, yeah. Being cold and cut off, not open. Four of Swords, your third option here is to relax, right? It's like, put this fucking sword down, bro. You don't need to be on edge. And you know what? You don't even have to think of it in terms of you having to do all the work. Let the universe do the work. Let the universe make a decision for you, right? Let the universe guide you, guide your actions, guide your path. Rather than being so stuck on, I have to make these decisions. Whenever I have decisions to make that I don't want to make, I'm like, I'm leaving that in y'all's hands, right? I'm leaving that up to the universe to figure that shit out. Because, like, it's just, it's like you're so up in your head about it. Like, you feel this, like, I have to make these decisions and I have to do that. Well, what if the universe decides for you? Could be dealing with an air sign too. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the Princess of Swords. This represents winter, right? The season of winter, which we are about to be in. And with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, this could be telling you to like, if it's left up to the universe, you know, wintertime, there's going to be something that pulls you away from life as you've known it, right? Or life as you've grown accustomed to. It'll rip you out of your comfort zone. That's what I'm saying. But I feel like because your comfort zone has been misery for a bit, it's safer there, right? Safer to not take a risk. Can't win or lose if you don't play the game, except you still feel like you're losing because that energy of lack is still there. So what's your advice? Three of Wands in reverse, your advice is to stop waiting, whatever that means. With the Chariot, This is movement, right? This is Cancer energy. It's about, you know, you could be switching jobs, you could travel, you can move out of your house, you can, like, but there's movement here. And we have Five of Wands in reverse. And what I'm hearing from that is it won't be nothing if you don't make nothing of it. Like, it's like almost like if you make it out to be a negative thing, it's going to have a negative outcome. If you make it out to be a positive thing, it's going to have a positive outcome. Your energy is really pulling weight here. But this is going to take you away from that feeling of being conflicted, right? This movement, this new direction will take you into a place of feeling like you're not conflicted anymore. Like that internal battle is going to be like over. But the Three of Cups in reverse, there's just this energy that, like, you could be like dropping like vices, like particularly this is a cup of drinking, right? And right now it's also a card of like they say card or cup, whatever. But yeah, so this is a card of celebration. So when it's in reverse, it's like, I want to clarify that. Because it could be just like letting go of a vice, like a crutch, an emotional crutch, like a numbing agent, right? Like drinking is kind of like numbing for the soul, and you could be cutting back on that if you do drink. Interesting. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You showed up as the King of Pentacles in reverse. I see like somebody mirroring your energy. Right? It's like you make a move, they make a move. You do this, they do this. It's like you could be doing mirror exercises, right? I hear that's helpful for healing the inner child and, you know, healing like soul connections and whatnot. So yeah, there's just this energy of somebody in your, who's this Queen of Pentacles in reverse? Somebody who's in your energy, who's mirroring your energy, if that makes sense. It's kind of funny. It's like you're both in this energy of lack, like something's lacking or something's not the way it should be. Elaborate. Oh, that's sad. We have Two of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It's like both of you are mirroring this energy of disappointment that something never got to get off the ground with you. Like, there's unfinished business between two souls, or a soul and two bodies, however you want to see it. But like, yeah, Two of Cups is about union. right? It's about coming together. It's particularly romantic. And, I wouldn't say this is predominantly a love reading. It is showing up that that's a big energy here. That could be where a lot of the disappointment is. And maybe it's like moving on to, something that you want, right? Something that feels good to your soul. Pursuing that with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse. It's like something just never got to get off the ground, or there was not even a beginning. So it's not somebody that you've broken up with. It's somebody you haven't had a chance to start with. We have Nine of Swords. From my perspective, looking down, it's reversed. It's always weird because I'm like, it's up right this way. So I'm going to read it from my perspective. Nine of Swords in reverse is letting go of the anxiety, the sleepless nights, the overthinking. It's kind of like, I feel like you're being told to like surrender, surrender to your outcomes, quit pushing against your own current. It is divinity that leads you in certain directions. And when you shut that down over and over and over, eventually the divine will give up on you, right? I feel like, fine, stubborn, fine. Want to be acting like that? It's just gonna suck for you. And it's not gonna stop sucking until you learn how to move out of your situation. Till you decide to make, Also with the Nine of Swords in reverse, it's like letting go of regret. Because Nine of Swords is all about regret. It's like, and I feel that you're, in the energy of needing to release that, needing to let go of like, what if this happened? Could have been this way. Should have happened that way. Well, it didn't. And here we are. So what are you going to do with the here and now? Do you have options? If you have options, take your options, right? If there's some way to lead you out of this feeling of despair, right? It's funny. Seven of Cups in reverse showed up. There are no other options for your heart, right? Cups is all about that heart shit. I know that pain. I get it. Whenever the Ace of Swords in reverse, this is not knowing how to say something, right? Swords is all about communicating. It's not knowing how to even start to say something. Yeah, I don't have that problem. I don't know how to not say something. If it's heavy on my mind, I'm gonna just say it. I don't care if my voice is shaking. I'm not going to let it become like decay in my soul. Because that's what it feels like, right? It feels like decay in your soul when there's just that. Trust the process. Trust your intuition. Follow your intuition. You know, your intuition says, don't even second guess your intuition, right? If your intuition says, hey, let's do this thing, do the thing. Or, hey, let's not do the thing. Don't do the thing. And yeah, listening to your intuition can be hard because your mind's going to try to reason and barter and with your intuition, and your intuition is literally like your divine message being like gangsta. We have Prince of Swords in reverse. With the World card. World card is about closing out cycles, completions, And I feel like with it showing up with the Prince of Swords in reverse, I feel that you are getting to a place of being able to speak your mind on a matter, to express what it is that's been withheld, right? We started out the reading with that energy of needing to express, right? Needing to confront what you feel and express, and however that looks to you. But you're going to be blocked up spiritually if you don't, confront it and get to the bottom of it, get to the root of it. Because, is the alternative really worse than what you've been feeling, right? Or what you've been putting yourself through on an emotional level? Durga Kalika. In unusually challenging situations, the ways we have supported ourselves during more ordinary times are insufficient. We need to be open to divine inspiration, protection, and proceeding in new ways. Here is a portent of unexpected success. Even if everything appears to be going against you, the tide shall turn through divine grace. That's what I've been saying. Alright, let's see what else Kali has to say. Alright, I love this Kali deck. It's my favorite. Sri Bala. Commit entirely and without hesitation to your most passionate inspirations. Their genius and wisdom in what you yearn to do. You have a greater capacity to attain fruition than those around you may recognize. Believe in yourself, even if no one else does. It is not imagination that drives you toward your destiny, but the instinctive recognition of your true purpose. Gori Devi. Check your boundaries and affirm your right to express and receive both kindness and respect. Embrace your softer side and your ability to stand up for yourself. You are a unique being, and you do not need to conform to stereotypes. As you relax into your authentic self, the best method to accomplish what is needed shall spontaneously arise from within. See, I told you, listen to that inner voice. Let the universe guide you, right? It's never steered me wrong, not once. Dharma of Kali. Your most abundant successes manifest when you are aligned with your integrity. You do not need to put your faith in pathways or projects that do not resonate with your deeper spiritual knowing. Everything that is happening in your life is part of how your prayers are being answered. A new order is to be established, and you are being led into it. So yeah, take it and go. That's basically what I have for you. Namaste. I love you guys, and I will see you later.